It's been a wild ride watching the story of Sean Diddy Combs unfold. What was once just whispers in the background of the music industry is now front and center in a high-stakes legal battle. Let's break down how we got here and where this could all be headed. So first, we've got to look at Diddy's history. He's been one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop for decades, starting with his time at Uptown Records, founding Bad Boy Records in the 90s, and launching the careers of artists like the notorious B.I.G. Maze, Faith Evans, and more. His image was always flashy, larger than life, and surrounded by mystique. But that same mystique has also masked a lot of darker rumors for years. Over the past couple of decades, there have been various allegations tied to Combs, ranging from violent incidents to accusations of manipulation and coercion within the industry. But it was until recently that those allegations really started coming to light in a more serious and coordinated way. In late 2023, things took a major turn. Cassie Ventura, who had a long-term relationship with Diddy, filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing him of rape, physical abuse, and years of coercive control. That case was settled within 24 hours, which raised a lot of eyebrows. Some people saw it as an admission of guilt. Others viewed it as an effort to avoid a long, drawn-out public legal battle. But either way, it opened the floodgates. After Cassie's lawsuit, a series of other civil lawsuits started surfacing. Multiple individuals, some anonymous, came forward accusing Diddy of similar patterns of behavior: sexual assault, drugging, abuse, and even trafficking. These weren't just random claims either. They painted a consistent picture of a man using his wealth, influence, and power to control and exploit people around him. And then, the real tipping point came in March 2024. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami, it was a dramatic moment. Helicopters overhead, agents swarming the properties. This wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. This was federal. Reports came out that the raids were tied to an ongoing investigation into sex trafficking, illegal drugs, and potentially even more serious criminal enterprise charges. Now, as of 2025, Diddy is facing both civil lawsuits and the possibility of criminal charges. At the moment, he hasn't been officially charged with a federal crime, but the investigation is ongoing. The feds don't raid a house like that unless they've got something big cooking behind the scenes. It's likely they're building a case with cooperating witnesses, digital evidence, and financial records. So what could happen next? Well, a few different directions are possible. If the federal investigation finds enough concrete evidence, Diddy could be indicted on serious charges, anything from trafficking to racketeering, depending on how deep this goes. That would move things into full criminal trial territory, and the consequences could be massive. We're talking about potential decades in prison if convicted, depending on the charges. On the civil side, Diddy could continue to settle cases quietly, but the more that come out, the harder it'll be to keep a lid on things. Plus, settling doesn't protect him from criminal prosecution. Civil suits might bring more victims to light, and could even strengthen the federal case. There's also the potential for a broader ripple effect across the music industry. If this case goes further, people who've been close to Diddy, whether collaborators, producers, or former label execs, might also come under scrutiny. This could turn into another moment of reckoning, similar to what we saw with R. Kelly or Harvey Weinstein. At the same time, we have to acknowledge the power dynamics at play. Diddy is a billionaire with deep connections, and cases involving high-profile figures like him are often complicated. Even with strong evidence, bringing someone like Diddy to justice is never straightforward. That said, public sentiment is shifting. There's more attention on holding powerful people accountable now than ever before, and social media is making it harder for these stories to be buried or forgotten. So for now, we wait. The investigation continues, more information comes out, and we'll see whether this ends in charges, a trial, or possibly even more victims stepping forward. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and the impact it leaves on the music industry could be huge. Thanks for watching, and if you want updates on the Diddy trial or other major stories like this, make sure you're subscribed. There's a lot more coming.